Hi, so today we're going to talk about Insurgency Sandstorm again, what's been happening recently. But first of all, let me apologise for not having a video up for a couple of weeks. Reason being, just moved property, only got the internet on today. Don't know why it took so long, but it did. Apparently it was just a flick of the switch, but they couldn't do it. So I wanted to, again, talk about Insurgency Sandstorm. As you know, today should have been the official release of the console edition of the game. Didn't happen. We know it didn't happen. They gave an announcement. But I want to talk about today where Insurgency Sandstorm, after the buyout, is going to go. For me personally, I'm not sure if it's a good thing or a bad thing, the buyout. I've got my fingers crossed that it's going to be a good thing. There is things that need to happen though, and it's going to sound quite brutal, but if people have been watching my channel or have been following me, they know this is the sort of thing that I say, because I say it as it is. Well, I believe I say it as it is, and like I say, one or two things might sound a little brutal, but there has to be changes within the company, and the new company that's bought them out or they are now working with has to implement some real big changes to save this franchise. I don't think they can save Insurgency Sandstorm on the console now, and I still believe it's not going to come out on the console. I think there will be an announcement that they are going to say, okay, we've got a new project, we've got a new game that we're working on, we're going to drop Insurgency Sandstorm for the consoles, and we're just going to bring the new game out on PC and consoles altogether. But that is what I'm going to talk about today. You know what? I never wanted Insurgency Sandstorm to fail. I was a big fan of it. I still think that it's a great game. It's had its problems. It's still got its problems. But there is certain things that need to change. And one of the reasons for me that Insurgency Sandstorm failed is because of bad management. Right from the top down to the lower position, community manager, I think that's where this game has failed. NWI used to be so transparent. They used to, interact with their community all of the time. And the big mistake was, for me, is bad management. And a part of that bad management was the community management. The first community manager, Alex Bromsky, was absolutely brilliant. The next one, Daredef, and I know people are going to say, oh God, are you moaning about community managers again? But Daredef was atrocious. It was a Daredef show. It wasn't about the game. It wasn't about the company. It was about her. We have now got Father Hank, which for me is going down the same path. He did a lot of, spinning of the bottle when he first took over the job, and he made out he was going to interact with the community. He was going to make more of an effort. And has he? No, he hasn't. He's gone down the same route. Not so egotistical as Daredef, but for me, he's just a pawn. He's just a face out there to go out there and give the community absolutely nothing. So my obvious personal opinion about how they've handled the console release of this game, or the console non-release of this game, I think it's atrocious. I think it's disgusting the way that they have treated the console community. But that's not really what I want to talk about today. I want to talk about what the new buyout can do for this franchise. So New World Interactive have joined the Embracer Group. I've got an excellent track record, but is that another word, joining, basically being bought out by the Embracer Group? So what can they do for Insurgency Sandstorm? Well, hopefully they can eliminate this debacle about console releases. And again, I'm going to say what I said before. I do not think Insurgency Sandstorm is going to come out on the consoles. Reason being, the game is over. The game is not in a good place, or hasn't really been in anywhere near a decent place since it was released on the PC. Now, a lot of us out there have accepted this. They supported the game. Yes, I did support bought the game. And it's gone from good to bad, from bad to good, and it's back to pretty bad again at the moment. And I really don't think they are wanting to spend resources and money, even with the Embracer Group behind them, on Insurgency Sandstorm. And I genuinely think we'll get an announcement that says the game is not coming out on console because of the new project, and I think that'll be announced sometime early to mid next year about the new project. And I think what they'll do is they will say that what we're going to do is just release the PC and console releases of the new game in conjunction with each other. But I think it's possible, or this should happen, is that we'll probably get some sort of announcement that they're shaking up the management at NWI. And they first should start off, sorry about this, Father Hank, but I don't think you're going to cut the mustard. We need a professional. Now you're with a big group, the Embracer Group. Now you're with them. You need, or I think they will say that we need a totally committed and professional community manager, because that needs to happen. Also, I think NWI, even more of the upstairs people, there needs to be a shake-up there as well. We see that John Higgins is now the communications director. Does he communicate enough? I don't know. Does anyone know who he is? Just the normal players out there? No, because I don't think he has actually communicated. You see him once a while on Twitter and some of the press releases and on the blogs. However, I don't think the general guy on the street that plays the game, especially the console players who have been looking into this game, I really know who John Higgins is. So I think there needs to be a shake-up. I think Johnny seems to be a decent enough guy. I just don't know why there's been radio silence and there's been this secrecy surrounding everything about Insurgency Sandstorm on the console. But definitely, I do apologise. Anyone who likes Father Hank, he really is not going to be good enough. I've been accused of giving misinformation regarding this game, and I really don't think it's me that's been doing that. I think it's NWI that's been doing that. I've said in the past the game's not going to come out on console on this date, that date, this date, that date. I was correct. I was the one who said Dara Dev is going to be leaving the company, and within hours of me saying that, they announced that she's leaving the company. I'm the person who said that there's a new IP coming out by NWI. I said there was a new game, a new project, and I was right about that as well. But they accused me of misinformation. I suggest it was NWI who was coming out with all the misinformation. And Mr. Devlin here was right all along. I know you hate me for it. I know the simps will get on my back about it. But you can't deny I was right. Believe it or not, I still have hope that the console players will get this game, because there is console players out there that still want to play this game. There's a lot of console players out there, maybe it's because of me, that have given up on NWI or Insurgency Sandstorm at least. I genuinely would love to see this game March next year out on the console. I think it'll be finished on PC. But I really don't think the console players are going to get this game. I think, like I said before, they'll come out and say, we've got this new project, we've got this new game. What we're going to do is put Insurgency Sandstorm at the side, like they did with Day of Infamy, and they're going to say, we're going to release this on PC and console. Not sure what the new IP is. I'm not sure what the project is. I've not had any information on that. But as soon as I do get information on it, you, my subscribers, will be the first to know. Anyway, don't forget to like, subscribe, press that bell icon and tick it so you get notifications of when we're uploading new videos. And this is Mr. Devlin. Loving my subs and out.